So I was reflecting upon my energy yesterday. I went to bed in a place of just what the fuck, quite frankly. Wasn't really with work stuff. I mean, it kind of did flow into work stuff because my work and my businesses are so personal. I don't just have a job. I'm running 3 businesses. And so some of them are more very much about me than the others. But either way, it was more my personal life that was in a bit of a weird space yesterday. I was reflecting last night on why I felt, when you just feel like you're at your wit's end with people and their shit. And then I reflected back on the fact that it was a 9-day. So I was feeling that friction around things and around those habits and those perceptions that I just have not healed yet or cannot let go of, that I'm holding on too tight to. So when we feel like that angst or that, like I was saying, at your wit's end, and you just don't want to listen to people, or you just can't take it, you feel like you just can't take it anymore and you're just like fucking done with it. That right there is telling you will more than likely feel that really intensely on a 9-day more than anything, especially if you're still holding on to a lot of shit. And we're in that theme of the 9-month as well. So pretty much any aspect of every single day, whether it's the universal day, your personal day, all mixed together with the theme of the overall month of the 9 in January. A lot of this month is about letting go. So yesterday was super intense. I've woken up this morning with a whole different perspective. And the trick there was a few tricks, there's a few tips, there's a few things that I would like to talk about how I did this. So last night it was about getting in and doing some of the exercises that I generally share with people that work with me. Just very quick things. I'm not talking about things that you've got to sit down for, hours on end doing. No, just self-reflection stuff. And I feel like I know that sets me up to have a better day today and be more accepting of the energy today. If I didn't do those things last night, that would have just rolled on today with me. So it's almost like when we look at people who don't like having the hard conversations, or don't like having uncomfortable conversations, or even being a little bit vulnerable and talking about how they're feeling with their partner, their friends, their kids, their parents, whatever, whoever, it doesn't even matter. But just that sort of part where you open up and you're actually talking about the real shit rather than trying to put your head in the sand. When you put your head in the sand, it gives you that relief of peace for a total of 5 seconds. And what you're choosing to do in that moment is to continue to carry that tension and all of that shit with you. So you can continue to push it down all you want. That's your choice. But you're just going to hold on to that. Your body's going to hold on to that. You're going to hold on to the tension, and it just accumulates and builds and compounds. When you actually get those words and those feelings and everything out of you, whether it's verbally or writing, whatever your jam is, then you're able to free yourself from that and let it go and move on to the next level of whatever that conversation brought. I'm not talking about when you turn up trying to be a fucking absolute bitch of a person to someone and act out some kind of revenge or be vengeful towards people. I'm talking about when you're truly speaking from your heart, when you're truly speaking your truth. Coming from a place of vengeance and being vengeful and revenge is going to set you up for a whole other level of shit, which is another conversation for another day. But I know that if I don't do my work as before I go to sleep or as I go to sleep, whatever it is that works for me on that particular day, I'm very inconsistent at being consistent. And that's something, again, also that I've had to learn from my charts and learn to be okay with, and not think that I need to show up like every other coach that I've ever had has told me that I need to show up. I need to show up in the way that I need to show up, which is why you may not hear from me every day on Instagram. You may not get a YouTube audio every day from me, because I'll only talk when I feel pulled to talk. So last night, doing my exercises, freeing myself, understanding it, wanting to do better next 9-day, whatever it is, and being able to wake up this morning and accept the new energy of the day, which today is a 1 day to move forward. So although I didn't get to speak my piece around what was so irritating last night, at the same time, it can also mean that it wasn't the time to do that, because I could not conjure up the energy to come at people in a loving way. If I had have ended up talking about what was going on with me, it probably would have been quite in your face and aggressive and combative. So today is my chance to go back and revisit that, right? It's a 1 day. I can create a new habit around that. I can use the practice that I used last night, which has now created a whole new different piece on self-reflection and self-awareness and insight, being more insightful towards what was going on, that when I have that conversation later today, it'll be coming from a place of truth, because I couldn't reach my place of truth without unraveling it for myself last night. Last night I was not in my place of truth. This morning I am. And so the one day is giving me now the opportunity to create that new habit, create that new level of energy and awareness, the day of new beginnings, and have that conversation this afternoon. And I know when I reflect, and in hindsight, and most people would know this, when you go into a conversation full of combative emotions, that's exactly what you're going to bring, and that's exactly what you're going to get reflected back at you, right? So if I come at the conversations with a level of love and understanding and empathy and compassion for myself and also for the other person, that's what's going to get reflected more often than not, depending on what you're delivering. That's what's going to get reflected back at you. But not only that, you're going to be able to hold yourself in that, and it's not going to be a combative going back and forwards. Even if someone comes at you combatively, you'll be able to hold your own now that you've come to that resolve after doing the work, that you'll be able to deliver yourself in a way and keep your energy at that calm level of peacefulness that needs to happen regardless of what's coming back at you. Guys, do the work. It is so worth it. Quick, short, small exercises before you go to bed at night so you can wake up in a better space the next day and accept the new energy of what the day is going to bring. Life-changing, guys. Life-changing.